You know, I didn't want to initially make this video because, well, I'm just getting emotional thinking about it. It's been almost 24 hours, guys. And for you NFL fans who know, the Jags, who just for some reason happen to be my favorite team, they fired their coach, Urban Meyer. And I really didn't think I would have the mental capacity to make this video because it just makes absolutely no sense. I mean, there's a lot of things to discuss here, and I won't take up too much of your time, but let's first go over this, okay? So let's first go over the on-the-field performance for the Jags, okay? It doesn't make any sense. When you look at it, they're averaging 13.8 points per game, okay? Which is the second worst in the NFL. But it's not the worst. Like, the Texans score less than them, and they're in the same division as the Jags. So if you really think about it, we're not even the worst scoring team in our division. So we're in the top 3 in scoring in our division. We would get the bronze medal of AFC South offense in terms of points. We get the bronze medal, okay? That's where legends are made, okay? And then you want to talk about total yards. We're also second worst, okay? But, we're not the worst, okay? I don't know what they're thinking. They're thinking glass half empty. They're still top 31 in yards per game, points per game. I just don't get it, all right? Then you want to talk about running back use. Okay, James Robinson is a great running back. I love that guy. Undrafted, just an unbelievable find for the Jags. After releasing Leonard Fournette last year, he comes out and has a terrific rookie year, the most scrimmage yards of any rookie running back, undrafted rookie running back ever. Just impressive stuff. Looks great this year as well. But Carlos Hyde's a beast too. You got to give the man some respect. I think he deserves at least 50% of the snaps, just like James Robinson. I personally love what King Urban did. I love that Urban Meyer had a 50-50 snap share between James Robinson and Carlos Hyde, pretty much. I loved Carlos Hyde's burst right out of the gate. When you hand it off to him, he's like a lightning bolt. He's great at catching passes, just unbelievable athleticism, and he's really a guy for James Robinson to look up to. So, personally, I just don't get why people want James Robinson to be the undisputed workhorse. I like what Urban Meyer did. And another thing is I love the objectiveness as well. Urban Meyer went to Ohio State, and I guess Carlos Hyde also went to Ohio State, but the point is, it's not like Carlos Hyde is Urban Meyer's son, so he's being super objective, he's being really fair, and they just decide to fire him for that? Look, Carlos Hyde gets almost 3.5 yards per carry. James Robinson's only 1.5 yards per carry better. And, he's just, I don't see how he's that much better. So I think Carlos Hyde deserves that type of run, deserves at least a sizable workload like he was getting under Urban Meyer. And then you want to talk about, of course, the quarterback, Trevor Lawrence. And Urban Meyer, as far as I'm concerned, maybe he wasn't the Trevor Lawrence whisperer, but Trevor Lawrence looked really good this year. 9 touchdowns passing, that's just good stuff, And 14 interceptions. It might be tied for the league lead, but it's not like he's way out in front of everyone else. He's tied for the league lead. He's up there, but he's not the worst. He's not the worst at throwing interceptions or he's not the standout interception king in the league. So I don't really get that. And then, guys, of course, we have the off-the-field stuff, which for the most part is inexcusable, but for a man of his stature, a guy who pretty much has tenure in the Jacksonville Jaguars organization, he can get away with it. So I think if you consider everything, I think it was an unjust firing, and if you really think about it, Urban Meyer he belongs in the upper echelon of great NFL coaches, and he shouldn't have... I'm sorry. Hang on. Okay, I've been... Shoot. All right. I tried. 5 minutes of solid Oscar-worthy acting, I would say. Let me know how I did with the acting, guys. But let me just start over. Let's go! Woo! Urban Meyer is gone. What a beautiful last 24 hours it has been for me, guys. I've been living life. It's a new era, a dawn of a new beautiful era in Jacksonville. The next coach, I don't care who it is, but he's going to be better than Urban Meyer because it's not possible to be worse, okay? Just a guy who just wet the bed completely. We're 2-11 this year, okay? Which is horrible, obviously. But last year, we were 1-15, and somehow, some way, we're worse. Somehow, some way, our first overall pick of a quarterback is worse than our beautiful undrafted QB from last year with great facial hair and a mullet. He's somehow way worse. We look worse. Somehow, James Robinson hasn't improved on his, has gotten a smaller workload from last year. And then the off-the-field stuff, first of all, I admire the whole college girl thing for Urban Meyer. He's an inspiration. But let's face it, other than the fact that he's a funny meme that we can all joke about, this is obviously 100% the best decision Shad Khan has ever made. He's just a smart man. Great choice, okay? I mean, the disrespecting of his teammates. Marvin Jones, one of the nicest, most mild-mannered guys out there. Josh Lambo, he literally kicked the kicker of the Jaguars, the former kicker, and then he disrespected Marvin Jones. He talks smack to his assistant coaches, saying he's better than, he's a winner and these guys are losers, and he just doesn't take the job seriously. And you know what? I will say one thing. In fairness, a lot of people felt like it was a bad idea to hire him in the first place, but I gotta be honest, I was a little excited because college coach, he had a lot of success in college football, won a national championship, okay, and sometimes, or a good amount of times, the college coaches don't translate to the NFL, but sometimes they can, like with Pete Carroll, right? He's doing pretty well in the NFL, or he's had a pretty good resume up to this point, and Urban Meyer, he's a college coach, so he's good with young players. Maybe he would have had some chemistry with Trevor Lawrence, so I'm not on the bandwagon of it was a bad hiring from the get-go. I disagree. I was actually kind of excited, but guys, at some point, it's time to move on. And that point was about 3 or 4 weeks ago, but we finally did it. Let's see how offensive coordinator Darrell Bevel does. But guys, just remember, my logic is that it can't get worse than what it is now. A change was necessary. Other than the fact that Urban Meyer's a legend in the bar, he's a legend nowhere else. And so, I mean, you could just see by his sideline expressions. When he's on the sideline and he's coaching, like, with his hands on his knees, like the lack, it looks like he's in panic mode all the time. The body language is horrible for a coach. It was just time to move on. This team looks disgusting, but at least we're going to look less disgusting, in all likelihood, without Urban Meyer, guys. So I'm a happy man. For the most part, there are some things that I'm sad to see go. I mean, I'm sad that the jokes are going to be gone because there isn't going to be someone to joke about, probably, unless our next coach, like our franchise, continues the joke. But yeah, it's a good day, guys. I'm a happy man. It was fun while it lasted. It was a fun little era we had, but it was time to move on from King Urban, guys. So that's going to be it for today's video. Comment your opinions on the Urban Meyer firing. I mean, if you really think this was a bad idea, look, I can't help you, okay? You might need some therapy or something. But guys, still comment any and all of your opinions. Like the video if you enjoyed it. If you're a football fan, if you're a sports fan, consider subscribing. We're close to 1,000 subscribers. Can you believe that? We're almost there. We could use your help. Thanks again, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one.